Yo!
Look at this dude.
What? CubeHead uploading a tutorial? Crazy, I know, but way more coming in the future. So if you're midway through this video and think to yourself, this CubeHead guy's info is pretty useful, you're always free to subscribe. But for now, we will take a look at flipped pairs. They're super easy to recognize, straightforward to solve. Most of the times we can just take the pair out and solve it regularly. However, there are some pretty neat tricks I do want to share with you. So without further ado, let's get straight to the first case, which is when the pair is flipped in its own slot. Generally, there's two common ways to solve this pair. And the first one is to just take the pair out by doing an inverse sexy move, rotating and inserting it. I prefer to do it exactly like this, because the U right here and the rotation go together really well. Plus it's also only R and U moves. However, you can rotate to the other side as well. Like so. So try to be flexible in which way you rotate, because rotating during F2L can actually sometimes be beneficial. I'm not going to go in detail about that right now, that's another video for another time. But I will give an example for when it's best to rotate to the other side. For example, let's say we're doing a solve and we already solved one pair right here. If we take this pair out and rotate to this side, we will face this pair. So instead it's actually better to rotate the other side, so that's in the back. Now the second way to solve this pair is by putting the corner in the back, doing a sledgehammer, and then just insert it. So once again, back, sledge, insert. And I know what you're thinking right now. I don't care about two algorithms. Just show me the fastest one. Well, here you can see me performing both of them as fast as I can. And you'll see that the sledge version is slightly faster. But don't just do the sledge variant solely because it's faster. Because I find that choosing which way to rotate can be super beneficial in solves to keep the flow and look ahead in a solve. So that's why I advise you to be flexible in which way you solve this pair and use both of them. For example, if you're doing your very last pair, you don't need to rotate anyways, so you might as well just do the sledge variant. There's one more ALG for this specific case I do want to share with you as well. And that's when you get it from this side, so you're solving in the back right slot. Now it would be really handy to solve the pair without any rotation so you can keep it at the back. And you can do that with this algorithm. So basically we're taking the pair out again, right here, but insert it in a way that's rotationless. It's really fast and it's what I prefer to do from this side. Now you could do this from the left side as well, so if you have it in the left back slot, you could do something like this. But my lefty moves don't really allow that, so that's why for the remaining two angles I prefer to just rotate. Okay, so next we will look at what to do when the pair is flipped in a slot next to the slot you want to solve it into. And these are all really straightforward. Just take the pair out to this side and cancel into inserting it to the right slot. Now just make sure that if you do this algorithm you don't regrip like this, but actually try to do a drag or push with your left index finger, which is what I like to do. It's 5 moves, really easy and super fast. Now the mirror is exactly the same. Once again, try to not regrip. Now if you want to solve it to the front left, I do it this way, just take it out and insert it. But what I see myself doing a lot in solves as well is just rotating and inserting the pair to the back. No fancy tricks for this one, but if you know any, just leave it in the comments and I'll take a look. So finally we're going to take a look at when the flip pair is diagonal from the slot we're trying to solve it into. Like this. Now we could solve it the same way by just taking the pair out and inserting it again. And generally this works just fine. I use it for the front slots. But there is a really cool trick for the back slots that I do want to share with you. I'm first going to show it from this side, so we're solving into the back right slot. Now what we can do is simply do an R prime to put the slot it's supposed to be in a top layer. Insert it doing this. And align across again. So once again, take note of the finger tricks. Push and back. So we start and end in home grip with no regrips. Just 5 moves, inserting into the back slot. I mean, that's a triple win, right? Now if we use the same ALG to solve it into the left back slot, it could look something like this. But this can be pretty awkward because we're ending with a B move while our hand is in this awkward position right here. So I don't really advise you to use this ALG. It's basically trash. However, I have a secret weapon. That's right guys. I'll share some CubeHead tricks right now. As you remember, the last two moves of the algorithm are just there to align across again. And we do it in this order to preserve this pair right here. However, if this slot isn't solved, we can just switch the last two moves and do essentially the same thing. And now the L becomes much more finger trickable. But remember, you can only use this algorithm if this slot isn't solved, because if it is solved, you will take out the pair. So once again, a bit faster. Now the reason I like this algorithm so much is because we're solving it into the back left slot. Because we can easily see these three slots, but not this one into the back. So if we solve it, we have an overview of all the remaining F2L pairs. I especially like doing this at the start of a solve. If I can track a pair like this during inspection, I always keep it at the front so I can insert it right away and have an epic flow for the rest of the solve. Anyways, this was everything I wanted to share with you. If you like this kind of more in-depth tutorials about a specific F2L case, let me know in the comments and I might do more of these type of videos. And again, please like the video, comment on the video. I try to reply to all of them if they are interesting. And oh, by the way, this fella right here is now officially named Pablo. I let my fan page decide what to name the llama or alpaca. I'm not sure what it is. It's a llama or an alpaca. Let me know. He came up with either Jerry or Pablo, but I let you decide on Instagram and you guys voted for Pablo. So the fella is a gangster right now. Anyway, see you again soon in the next video. Ciao.